afternoon, everybody. Car and Biker here. Just on a quick run into Beverley and around Beverley, pick up a couple of bits, do my chores for the day, and I thought I'd tell you a little thing that, well, not tell you, but talk to you about a little thing that happened the other day. I got a message through my channel on one of my videos. It was an old video, the old favourite. I'll cut it in because, you know, everybody will have a good chuckle again, maybe. An old video of when I went through Beverley on ladies' night at the races, and some drunken lady decided she'd try and give me a hug. Oh! And I got this comment on the video, and it was from a channel that puts together these compilations of accidents and silliness and what have you. And he said, would you mind if I use this in my next video compilation? I thought, well, it's nice and all, and I don't make money off these things, I don't really care. What the heck? Yes. And I thought, well, after saying that, I'm probably in the wrong order, but after saying that, I thought I best have a look at his channel and see what's actually on there. I say his, I don't know for sure. It could be a lady, but it tends to be men who are interested in people getting smacked in the face, doesn't it? And I thought I'd have a look at his channel, and it is just basically motorbike videos and some are road rage type things, some are people falling off the bike, some are people doing stupid things, and it's run-of-the-mill kind of stuff, really. You know, if you like that kind of thing, and people obviously do, because you've got a lot more subscribers than I'll ever have. But if you like that thing, then no, it's fine. I kind of like the ones where people are talking about things more than those ones. But I thought I'd have a look through a few, and I was kind of shocked. Now, there was some in there of vloggers I know or know of from Britain, and then there were loads of people I don't know. And there were a lot of things of road rage. Now, there were road rage, and there were people doing things stupid, either car drivers doing things stupid to bikes, or bikes doing things stupidly in the vicinity of car drivers, and all the usual kind of shouty, you're all idiots type of thing. I was shocked, though, by what seems to pass for content on YouTube, because it's channels I don't watch. As I say, I like to watch ones where people are talking about topics, so I don't really see a lot of these things. But one of the ones that there was a lot of, and I mean a lot of, was people tend to be in America. Not I'm saying that it's an American thing, but they tended to be in America. And it was people on dirt bike type things, either going through people's private property or just pulling wheelies and then getting into arguments with people who are saying, why are you pulling wheelies past my house when kids could be playing in the street? Very good point. Or pulling wheelies and doing it wrong and falling off and landing on the backsides. And that seems to pass for good footage in some places. It explains to me why quite often I'll be riding along and I'll see some people on the side of the road who are just going, pull a wheelie, and I think, no, I won't. I'll probably fall on my backside. Then there were the road rage ones, where people are just shouting at each other, and usually about the tiniest little thing. And usually about things where you think, well, where I think, anyway, when I'm looking, granted, car drivers should not have done that. Let's say it's a biker usually ranting at a car driver. Granted, car drivers shouldn't have done that, but could you not see it coming? The number of them that really wind me up is people, what they call filtering. I don't call it filtering, I call it overtaking. Filtering to me is when you go in between lanes of traffic, but it's people who are overtaking a stationary line of traffic on the right hand side. And the number of people I see doing that, and they're doing it with no regard to the cars coming towards them. So it could be one lane either way, and there's cars coming towards them, and they're still squeezing down the right hand side, which will get you a ticket, by the way, for policeman seizure. But then they'll filter past the load, and a car driver will be a plonker. You know, something he shouldn't do, but he'll close the gap. He'll stop that person getting back in. either on purpose or because he just hasn't realised. And the biker goes mad at them, and then the car driver rolls down his window and they go mad back, and they end up having a shouting argument. And it all seems a bit silly to me, because why as a biker you would put yourself in the predicament of passing traffic in the oncoming lane and not giving yourself room and taking on cars coming towards you without knowing you've got a route to get out again, an escape route or a way back into the into your side. If you're doing that, you're getting it wrong. But to then have a go at the car driver, and the bit that really wound me up was over and over again I heard the same phrase: "It's filtering, it's legal, right? Read your highway code." Well, yeah, filtering's legal. Where's the best place to park here? I'll get in that little one there. It's probably yellow lines, but they're almost gone, aren't they? Yes, it's legal to filter. No, it's not necessarily legal to do it in a way that's causing oncoming traffic to change direction and have to avoid you. That's actually covered quite happily in the highway code. But to then shout it, that indignant, that self-righteousness, no wonder bikers get a bad name. If you've put yourself in a dangerous position, you really should be kind of having a word with yourself rather than a driver who might have closed the gap, because for all you know they just haven't seen you. Who really believes that they're that easy to see, considering all the times that people pull out in front of us when we're on bikes? We're not easy to see, so we need to make allowances for that. And yes, technically something may or may not be somebody else's fault, but why you would put yourself in that position in the first place, I have no idea. Now another one though that seems even more baffling to me, and takes that kind of level of indignance or road rage in fact to a whole different level that I saw a few of, and this one really, really baffles me. People who get cut up by a driver or somebody pulls out in front of them, and in that instant anybody, if somebody pulls out right in front of them or cuts them up, can have that immediate kind of anger, that whatever it might be, wave of a fist, shout, stick two fingers up, whatever it might be. Anyone can do that. That's part of the human condition. We have emotions. But some people take it to a whole new level. So there were a number that I saw of these clips where, after being pulled out on by somebody, they would then chase them down to bang on the window and shout at them. I suspect in order to get clips for YouTube, because in a lot of cases when they actually caught them, got them to wind the window down and had a shout at them and got them to react, they would then be banging on the camera going, "You're on camera, mate, you're on camera, you're going on YouTube." I even saw a couple of people handing out business cards with their YouTube channel name on, saying that's the channel you're going to be. If you're trying to drum up business for your channel, put up some good content. Don't hand out business cards to people you just had an argument with. What do you expect? Do you expect that person to say, "Oh, thank you very much for that card. What I shall do now is I shall take that card home and I will wait by the computer for your next upload. And when I see that upload, I will watch it, understand where I went wrong so that I can learn from my mistakes and become a better driver." Is that what you think is going to happen? Or do you think your card's going to get thrown in your face, and if you do that, hey up, closed? 3 AM to 7 PM. Oh, bugger. Is it closed? Nah, it's not closed. Yeah, so you're going to get that card thrown back in your face, and it's going to go on YouTube, and you're going to feel really big about yourself, but really, you just look like a bit of a plonker. And everybody watching it who's a biker who's thought about the situation might agree that the car driver did something wrong, but probably feels like you're a plonker. And the car driver watching it who's never ridden a bike, who doesn't understand the problems, really thinks you're a plonker and ends up tarring us all with the same brush. And you see these videos with comments underneath of "this is why all bikers should be killed." The usual keyboard warrior claptrap. Now, some of them, though, when they chase down a person in a car, manage to not catch them, manage to chase them and get involved in lots of shenanigans on the road. So I've seen a number of them where they would chase a car that got increasingly erratic, either because they were indeed as insane as the person on the bike thought they were, or they were terrified. But one in particular was a woman in a car, young woman, by herself, kind of at night, and I can't remember exactly what the misdemeanor was. She probably veered out of lane a little bit or pulled out of a junction, something like that, and in doing so cut up a biker, and the guy got really angry and started to chase her down, and she drove away, obviously panicking. You know, she's a woman in a car on her own at night, and suddenly there's a big biker, probably no experience of bikers, who is chasing her. She tries to get away, so she drives I should say, very fast, very erratically, to get away from this guy. And rather than going, well, it's probably a bit dodgy this, he chases her even more, so she drives even faster, and it goes on and on and on, chasing this poor terrified woman just so he can give her a piece of his mind. Two things on that. One is, you're suddenly becoming hugely dangerous to yourself, to her, to passers-by, to other road users. Hugely dangerous, because you've let anger take control, and then you load this up onto YouTube as well and share your stupidity and your probably very illegal riding. But what do you think is going to happen? I mean, if you get in a tangle with a car, who's going to come off worst? Yes, she's going to have a dint in a car and she'll be all terribly upset. But you might be dragged down the road under your bike, gradually leaving more and more skin behind you in a slug trail. Just makes no sense. And then some of them manage to chase people down for quite a long time, and then eventually the person stops. And the number of clips I've seen where the person stops and the biker who's been chasing them for quite a distance, been particularly dangerous and causing them to be dangerous, then gets a smack in the mouth. And you think, well, what did you expect? You know, you've gone from tearing down the road on your motorbike, trying to scare somebody, trying to upset them for whatever reason because you can't control yourself, to now basically threatening them, and then they decide to have a pop at you. Well, what can I say? So, should I let him use my clip? I kind of think yes. I haven't seen it come up on his channel yet, but I'm keeping an eye out for it. But I kind of think yes, because if nothing else, it's one on there where it was that initial reaction that I couldn't really help. I think I called her a silly cow or a stupid cow or something like that.
Oh, you stupid cow!
But I didn't then chase her down. I didn't go off on one, go completely mad. I didn't go and try and beat her to within an inch of her life. I just called her a name and then took a few deep breaths because I was quite shaken up of somebody trying to clothesline me off a motorbike. To be fair, there are some nice ones on there as well. There are people just helping each other out, you know. And there are a couple that I really enjoyed of people getting cut up, and then they've driven up alongside the side of the car. The car driver's rolled the window down and said sorry, and the rider's just gone, "Whew, that was close, wasn't it? You got my heart pounding." And they've had a bit of a laugh about it, and then gone on with their lives. And you know what? If you chase someone down and they roll the window down and you tell them what an idiot they are by shouting at them, think about what your own reaction would be. You'd think, this aggressive nutcase, I just want him out of my way. I just want him out of my life as quickly as possible. And you wouldn't be thinking, I have a lesson to learn. But if the guy pulls alongside you and says, that was close, don't worry, I'm alright, are you alright? Yeah, we don't get seen very easily, do we? That gets that person in the car to think, that's a human being. That's another person who's just getting on with their lives, that I've put at risk, but actually has responded quite well. And maybe they'll take that one as a lesson and think about that one in the future when they're pulling out of the next junction. You never know. At least they won't go away with that feeling that all bikers are insert expletive here. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching, everyone. Ride safe, and I'll talk to you all again soon.